Space crime with a W.
Alright, honey, look at that. Sanded deck, nice and clean. What do you think? And what is it about dogs that you have to be in the way all the time? Oh, he's in the way. Oh, he's in the way. Alright, well the sanding's gone okay, so now I'm gonna move on to do some glass. I've been trying to edit some episodes and I've had just nothing but problems, man. I fried that laptop before and I bought a new laptop and I fried the hard drive in it already. And now I put a new hard drive in it and now it looks like the graphics card's kicking out. Love me this YouTube stuff. Love me this messing around. Love me how it seems like every day I fix something, I also break something. So try and fix more things than we break. And maybe move forward on this damn project. Honey, gotta just step back just a couple inches, okay? Don't be so sad about it, it's fine. Alright, 2 sheets of 1/4 inch marine ply, finally sealed in this back corner. There are some structural bits that have to still be put in from the inside, but the skin is on. We've got all the filling in there, and we gotta wait for this to harden. Then we can sand it and glass it all in. We're ready to glass everything from the main cabin back, so no more excuses. Although I had a pretty good one today, it was really windy. Alright, well I finally got some calm weather, but kind of want to wait for the other epoxy stuff to dry. It's getting towards the end of the day anyway, so can't believe I'm already overheating right now. I made myself a little chickpea masala curry with some zucchini, and it is so good. And Honey and I are gonna go take a walk and catch the sunset. Alright, back end's been kind of cleaned up. The port side has got sanded down, trimmed down, so it's pretty much clean, but she needed a little bit more epoxy to smooth out the last bit of it. Starboard side, on the other hand, finally got some pieces up, and so she's a little bit behind the other one, so it'll take even longer, which is fine because one of the big problems with the starboard side are these big outboard legs, and they need to go somewhere, and they're kind of too big and too heavy to be lugging all over the boat over and over again, so I'm just gonna install them. Okay, it's really hot out. These things, although They are very strong and I'm excited about that. They're really heavy. I think they're about 95 kilos each. So can definitely feel that. I really am jealous of SV Seeker and his crane right now. Once I get the Bimini up, I'm gonna use a rope and block system to roll stuff around. All right, I'm gonna get a drink of water and then move on and do the second one. Well, here they are. We finally got the second one in place. It was considerably more difficult. Luckily I have my neighbor Mike here to convince me to actually rope things up, tie things up, be a little safer. Still doing all my work in barefoot though, so it's not like I'm being that safe. Yeah, we're just gonna get these things cleaned up and get this beam down and try and figure out how to drop these into the water, and I want to see how deep they sit on the keel. Well, the motors never got down and couldn't find a safe way of doing it. Anyway, there's a bit of wind today, so it's going to be challenging, but I've put off glassing this back section as many times as I can. Everything is done here on the port side hull. There's nothing more to do before I lay glass, so I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to lay some glass. Thank you, wind, for blowing my work into the ocean half a dozen times. I'm gonna take a little break before I do my next piece because I need to relax a little bit. And you do not step back. I'm gonna lock the door. Yeah, you better look with shame. She's come out here and like stepped directly onto my work over and over again. Because that's what you're good at. Being cute, ruining things. She's a bit like me, I guess. Also, in order to actually glass down there, I had to just give up on the whole idea of staying stable in a dinghy and dive in the water myself, so I'm soaking wet up to the belly button. But it was actually a lot more comfortable doing it that way, so I think for the waterline stuff, that's the way I'll be doing it. I'll wait for a low tide, I'll get down there, and as long as the boat is actually standing on the ground, then I can work even in 4 feet of water. Alright, well, we've got the stands in. Currently they're still using these big heavy lug bolts, but I want to make those quick release eventually so that this can swivel down. That is a problem for future assignment, however. Also, while you guys weren't watching, I pulled a sneaky on you. Honey, you want to show them what I did? Yeah, you're standing right on it. Good thing it's already hardened. But we epoxied and glassed the whole back and down around the sides. Honey, you want to see that? Let's go down here. Yeah, finally got this glassed in just right here. I did this while it was still a little windy, and it was a real exercise in frustration. I'm having to learn how to be a more relaxed, level-headed, zen human being. This is really testing my patience because I'll be tied up right there and I can't tie up on the stern at all. So I have to hold it with like epoxy filled glove in wet epoxy glass, and it's like super slippery, and I'm just trying to hold myself in, and the wind just keeps picking up and it blows my dinghy over, and then I'm sliding off my grip there, and then as soon as I start letting go for half a second, all the glass gets, like an edge of the glass gets picked up by the wind, and it just, the whole thing just comes right off again. And then I'm, squeegeeing it out for another 20 minutes and getting it right back to where it was, and then the wind picks up again and does the whole thing all over again. So it took me, I want to say, probably about 3 hours to lay this piece that wraps all the way around. I'm gonna do more tomorrow morning when the tide is out, because doing this while I'm in a moving dinghy on a moving boat, it's just, well, it's hell. It's not very much fun, which is why I didn't film it, because it's already hard enough to deal with all of this with wet gloves. I can't also deal with the camera with wet gloves. You want to come in? We're gonna go for a walk. You want to go for a walk? All right, you can come in. Come on. Good girl. All right, you gonna drive or am I gonna drive? One of us has to untie the boat. All right, I guess I'll do both.